What's up YouTube, DMLX here today, and I want to talk about another returning world I would like to see in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is Neverland. I think Neverland, it's a world that can just appear in any Kingdom Hearts game, honestly, because, you know, Peter, he's always going to be young, you know, because you can live forever in Neverland, you can always stay young in Neverland, so nothing can ever change. Sure, the plot might be a bit the same, it might be repetitive over and over, but I'm just saying, you know, you can always go back to it, even if you're 10 years down the line or 10 years before, you know, so I think that's why that world works so well in Birth by Sleep, Dungeon 58 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 1, or maybe even future installments. So, I mean, of course, it's probably going to stay in the same plot line within the first Peter Pan film. Not going to be the second one because I don't think Sora's not old enough. Neither is Wendy or the rest of the gang. So, locations will definitely include Neverland. Explore more Neverland. Try to create some new locations without, you know, of course, you're going to have some repeated locations here and there, but I hope Square Enix tries to expand upon Neverland in general, just to maybe create some new unique places like they did in Birth by Sleep. Of course, I would love to go back on the Jolly Roger where, you know, Captain Hook's ship, just explore that place again, maybe upgrade it a bit, maybe make it look nicer, maybe add some new locations, new traps, new stuff around the ship. I mean, of course, it's really hard to recreate certain areas here and there, but I would love to just get back on the ship, you know, flying around Neverland, whatnot. Of course, you gotta return back to Skull Rock, go back to the Indian camp. I think they introduced Mermaid Lagoon in Birth by Sleep, I'm not sure about that, but also include that as well. And Hangman's ship, Hangman's tree, which is Peter Pan's hideout, or basically home, I guess you could say, you know, where Peter Pan and the Lost Boys do their thing. So next up is characters. I would love to see Peter Pan back, of course. You gotta have Peter Pan, he's the lead. Of course, bring back as a party member. Then you gotta have Tinkerbell, Wendy, and her brothers John and Michael Darling. So I hope they add in the brothers if Neverland returns. Then you gotta bring back all the Lost Boys, not just the one that's in the bear suit and the fox suit. You bring back the one that's in the skunk and the rabbits, and I forget what the other two twins are, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Then introduce the Indian Chief and Tiger Lily. Those are really important characters, I guess. I won't say they're really important, but I think they should appear in Kingdom Hearts if Neverland does return in Kingdom Hearts 3, just to add in some more characters here and there instead of just seeing similar faces. Then you gotta bring back Mr. Smee, of course, which is Hook's right-hand man. Then some of Hook's crew, I would say. Maybe Hook is done with Heartless, so maybe we can fight some of Hook's crew along the way. I think that'd be really cool. As for a mini boss, I would love to fight the crocodile, and maybe not the crocodile, maybe like a heartless version of the crocodile as well. Maybe like 2 separate boss fights. One where you fight the crocodile, easy. Then he transforms into this heartless version of himself, which could probably be bigger, more vicious and menacing. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. But honestly, I really want to fight that crocodile. I mean, we haven't got to. I mean, you can like interact with the crocodile in Birth by Sleep, but you might get eaten by him. So I actually want to fight him instead. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Of course, the boss can be Captain Hook, but I know Captain Hook's been a repetitive boss within the Kingdom Hearts series. He's been doing the same moves over and over, but maybe I hope Square Enix finds a way to change it up a bit. Instead of just him fighting you one-on-one in combat style with his sword, maybe do some other tricks, have some other tricks up his sleeve. I don't know what, but I hope Square Enix figures it out. As for a purpose, I mean, Sora actually never stepped foot on Neverland. He was on the pirate ship, he was on the seas of Neverland, he was in London, I guess you could say, but he never stepped foot in Neverland. And, you know, he did make a promise to come back and possibly bring Kairi with him as well, and maybe his other friends, because, you know, he said, you know, Kairi would never believe him that he flew before, so maybe they can make that happen. And maybe some other worlds. I mean, like I said, keep a promise, step in front of Neverland. And this world also connects a lot with a lot of characters. Roxas and Axel have been in Neverland, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. There's so many memories and stories that Peter Pan probably could tell to Sora about these other Keyblade wielders, you know, that came before him, actually on Neverland. I think that'd be a really cool scene to include, just backtracking on Peter Pan's experiences throughout the years, meeting these individuals. So I think that'd be a really cool idea. And the Keyblade for this world, it's not very original, but I said second star to the right, which is basically the location towards to Neverland. So hopefully you guys have a better idea of what a Keyblade name could be for Neverland. I mean, I'm pretty sure it can include something along the lines of fairy dust or flying and adventure, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes down. But anyways, guys, let me know guys in the comment section about Peter Pan and Neverland returning to Kingdom Hearts 3. Would you like to see it happen? Because honestly, I want Tinkerbell as a summon again, so we'll have to wait and see how that all works out. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and like and subscribe. More content to me on Kingdom Hearts and other games in general. I'm DMLX. I'll see you in the future.